metal surrounding this clearing.
I have a question.
This, but I will, I mean, from before I started showing slides, but you go ahead and ask a question in the meantime.
How can you differentiate a stem from a root? They kind of look the same to me.
They look very similar, except for the location of the vascular tissue.
Location of the
The
vascular
location of the vascular tissue is more central in the root and more peripheral for the most part in the stems. So you should all be able to recognize fairly easily, even at this magnification, this is a cross-section through a leaf. That lump in the middle is the midrib of the leaf. And then when we look at this in a little bit more detail by zooming in on it, now you can see a lot of details that you would want to be able to recognize. So again, there's the midrib. You can see in the middle of the midrib is a major batch of vascular tissue. You can very clearly see the xylem with the thick red cell walls. If we move out to the periphery just a little bit, like this, and I'm going to try to go in to 400x for this cross section. Now you can see that really clearly. So there's a number of different structures you should be able to recognize on the leaf cross section. And the only leaf cross sections we have are from dicots. So first of all, the outer layer of cells are, of course, epidermis. So this is upper epidermis and this is lower epidermis. How can you tell that? One thing is that you'll notice that you have stomata that are predominantly in the lower epidermis of the leaves, at least in the temperate zones. It's the lower epidermis. So these are guard cells to either side. Those are what regulate the opening and closing of the stomata. You'll notice that there are no chloroplasts in either of the epidermal layers, except in the guard cells. Those are the only epidermal cells that have chloroplasts because they're involved in regulating the opening and closing of the stomata. And of course, stomata allow an opening so that there can be gas exchange with the parenchyma cells that are present in what we call the mesophyll. So the middle of the leaf, meso means middle, phyll means leaf. So this is all mesophyll. There's two separate subcomponents of the mesophyll. There's a palisade mesophyll and a spongy mesophyll. So most of the gas exchange takes place directly within the spongy mesophyll. The palisade mesophyll is really packed with cells. That's where most of the active photosynthesis is taking place. It's up close to the upper layer. So now we've got two ways that we can tell lower from upper epidermis. Lower epidermis is more likely to have the stomata, and the palisade mesophyll is going to be closer to the upper epidermal layer. So what do you think these round things are in here in the palisade mesophyll?
Xylem, phloem.
Where there's lots of photosynthesis taking place, so you would have lots of what organelle?
Chloroplast?
Chloroplasts, exactly.
Yeah, dude. Chloroplast.
So if we scan along here, you can see that the palisade mesophyll continues to be there. And there's a vascular bundle out in the periphery. Not super clear, but you can see in the middle of the vascular bundle, the redder looking structures, of course, are the xylem and the others are the phloem. You can see that best if we go back to perhaps to the midrib, which I think is this direction. there's the midrib. So you can see the xylem really clearly on there versus the phloem.